Okay, so here we are. Welcome to this edition of Digital Cashflow, where we're going to be talking about how to create multiple revenue streams from one digital skill. Okay, thank you. I can see your response in the comments. Thank you. Good to know that you can hear me. Okay, so let's just get started with this right away. We've had a session before this, so you understand the fundamental principles. What I want to do now is to show you some practical aspects. I showed some practical aspects in the other session also, but I want to break it down further and show you some specific ways that you can get started. We all agree already that the way to make money is to solve problems for people, solve the kind of problems that people are willing to pay for, create value for people, and then you exchange that value for money. So I'm going to take us through an illustration and some illustrations and some insights that will lay a foundation for what we're going to share. We know that the human society has evolved through several generations. We talked about different generations and different ages. The agricultural age, which was characterized by the agricultural revolution. Then we have the industrial age, characterized by the industrial revolution. We have the information age, which is also characterized by an aspect of the industrial revolution. When the world back like time immemorial, back in the days, human beings were hunters and gatherers. They would just look around, gather fruits, kill animal. There was no technology of any kind. There was no sophistication of any kind. But gradually, people began to feel like, must we always run around to catch animal every time we want to eat? Or must we always run around to look for fruits and vegetables everywhere? Can't we cultivate these things? We can grow fruits, we can grow vegetables, we can grow plants on our own, and we can rear animals. We can rear animals such that when we need to kill an animal, to hit an animal, because there are even people now that are advocating against killing animals. I remember I saw a billboard, some people that are protesting against chicken, that why should you be killing chicken? You shouldn't be killing chicken. And that is their own advocacy, that's their job. I said, God, have mercy. But that's not the discussion for today, But some people felt like, no, we shouldn't be running around to catch animals. We can raise these animals and, have meat whenever we need it. And we can also plant crops and have food whenever we need it. So that brought about the agricultural revolution, and it made life easier in many ways, okay? Are we together? I need to know that you are hearing me, and we're soon going to be done with this introduction so that we can move on. You can type in the chat or you can unmute yourself and speak. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, thank you. I can see the comment in the chat too. Okay, so that led to the agricultural revolution. Then from the agricultural revolution, we had the industrial revolution. And this industrial revolution happened in stages. We have the first industrial revolution where people now started learning how to use water and steam, okay, to mechanize production. So instead of doing everything manually, they now started building machines that were running on steam, steam turbines and all of that. So that brought us to the industrial revolution, the first industrial revolution. Then we have the second industrial revolution where energy now came into play. That was when electricity was discovered or invented, depending on how you are seeing it. Then nuclear energy also came, and all of those developments. And riding on that second industrial revolution, we had inventions like automobile, aircraft, and all of that. And it took human society ahead a lot beyond what we had with the agricultural revolution. Now, during the industrial revolution, the second industrial revolution, first industrial revolution, it's the people that were involved in mechanized work and all of that. Those were the ones that were making the money, because that was where the money was. Okay, then from there, we moved to the third industrial revolution, which was mostly characterized by automation. The second industrial revolution was characterized by mechanization. Okay, so things that people were doing manually, they could now do it with machines and all. Then the third industrial revolution is characterized mostly by automation. So that's where we now had information technology, digital technology, and all of that, which is what led to what we call the information age. Okay, now we are talking about the fourth industrial revolution, which is a fusion of everything. It's a fusion of physical systems, digital systems, and biological systems. That is where the world is going now. And ultimately, we are getting into an age that has come to be known as the age of wisdom. Just like we had the agricultural age, we had the information age, and we had the industrial age and all of that. Now we are entering into the age of wisdom. Now, what does all of this mean for us? Why is all of this important? It is important for us to know the season we're living in, the kind of generation we're living in, the kind of age we're living in, the kind of revolution that characterizes our present time, so that we can plug into it and take advantage of it. Now, imagine when the second industrial revolution happened. If somebody had said that, no, me, I want to tractor. What? No, I don't need tractor. I just want to farm on my own, just use my cutlass, just use everything. Now, what is going to happen? Fine, the person can continue that way, but that kind of person can never become rich. The person can maybe just provide for his or her own family and maybe have a little to sell, but you can't become rich as an agric person if you say that you are not going to mechanize your work. Now, eventually, we'll move from mechanization to automation, which is when information technology came and electronics and all of that. Now you notice that was the period where people like Bill Gates, they became the richest people in the world, and now and up to now, those that are really very rich, the richest people in the world, is still most of them are still involved in technology, one way or the other. Okay, so if the summary of it is this, that if you are going to talk about cash flow, if you are going to make money, then you have to be involved in something that is making money. If you are, just for illustration, for example, if you're a mechanic, I think some people have noise in their background again. I'll mute everyone again, but you can unmute yourself if you don't have noise in your background. Now, if you're a mechanic, for example, and all you can do is, you were the best mechanic around back then, but you were an expert on Peugeot 505 or maybe Peugeot 504, and you were the best, everybody knew, but you did not upgrade yourself. What do you think is going to happen to that kind of person? You can type in the chat, or you can respond. You can open, unmute yourself and speak. Okay, this guy was the best mechanic, everybody knows, but all he could do was Peugeot 504, Peugeot 505, and he would do it well. Okay, so what do you think is going to happen to that kind of person now? Nobody wants to respond to that?
Okay, I think the person will just run out of market, out of customers, the people that are patronizing the person, because, okay.
That is just it. The person will run out of market because who is driving Peugeot 504, Peugeot 505 now? Okay, yes. And let's also type in the chat that his services will become irrelevant. Now, and that is the problem with many people. They will keep complaining, oh, no jobs, hey, no opportunities. But the point is they don't have the skills. There are a lot of skills that people need now, that if you have those skills, you will have more than enough job, more than enough work to do. You are going to need other people to actually work with you. You are going to be turning down projects, you are going to be turning down opportunities. So it's not about complaining, it's about finding that what does the market need? Okiki said that the person will lose market, no market. And so the point is to find, okay, so where is the market? Where is the market moving? What does the market need? Then how can you be the person that will be meeting that need of the market? Then the next said the person's services will become irrelevant. Fine. So the point is, what are the services that are relevant now? What are the kind of solutions that people need? Then you build a business around that, you develop skills around that, you build a career around that, and you will never ever lack work to do. You will never ever lack money. You will always have constant cash flow. Of course, there are other things that need to be in place, setting up the right systems and structures, being disciplined and all of that. But if you have all of those things and you don't have the skill, there is no opportunity for you. So the point is that you should look for where the money is flowing and then follow the money. Jesus Christ said something. He said that the children of this world, they are wise in their own generation. I know now we're talking about the age of wisdom. He said they are wise in their own generation. You can Google that. You are going to be able to read the entire story and the entire context okay, in the Bible. Now, but the point is this: everybody needs to understand the generation they are living in, and then to be wise in that generation. When you look at people like Jeff Bezos, when you look at people like Bill Gates, you look at people like even our own Aliko Dangote. When you look at all of those people, you find that what they do, the richest people in the world, what they do is that they find a need and then they meet that need. It is as simple as that. But now you need to now look at, okay, in which area can I conveniently meet a need? Transportation is a very clear need, for example. But it's not everybody that can say, okay, I want to start a transport business, or maybe you want to start an airline business, for example. You know how much that will cost you, and people keep complaining, capital. It's not lack of capital. Lack of capital is not going to stop anybody, because capital comes in various forms. But most people, they have limited capital to money. Your skill, your relationship, the goodwill you have, all of those things are different forms of capital. But you now sit down, you are saying, oh, it is an aircraft business or an airline business you want to start, because you have done your feasibility studies, you see that there's opportunity there, or you are saying that, oh, you want to start a school, okay, you want to start a school, that is your vision, that is your dream, and you are sitting there, and you know that school, you are going to need maybe 50 million or 20 million naira or 10 million naira to start it, but there's something else that you can start with 20,000. You say, no, and beyond that, I cannot do that. Then you are going to stay there for long. The point is, you start with what you have, where you are, and then you grow from there. And now technology has made things a lot easier. Okay, everybody can actually seize the opportunity. So there are a lot of ways that you can come in and participate in fact, at least you can participate in the third industrial revolution, which has to do with ICT and electronics and internet communication technology and all of that. Okay, and because that is where the money is flowing. Now it is moving from there to the fourth industrial revolution, which we're now talking about things like AI, artificial intelligence, machine learning, where human systems, physical systems, biological systems, digital systems are working together. And okay, I don't want to go into the realm of, but really that's what, when you read the Bible and you're saying, okay, 666 and all of that, that is what it is about. But that's not what we're talking about today, So it's in that, like, the world is advancing to a point where we're approaching a climax. And if you are going to be relevant, there is a Yoruba proverb, I'm going to try to translate it. Maybe somebody will. There's a Yoruba proverb that says that, something like as the world is moving, you are moving along with the world. You are keeping pace with development. That's what it means. So you are not left behind. So if you are just there, you are not operating in the age of wisdom, and you are not operating in the age of wisdom. Essentially, there is a lot to it. There are a lot of dimensions, but it's essentially solving problems. That's what it is. Because wisdom is knowing what to do. You have knowledge, you have skill, you have experience, you have a lot of things, and then you can bring all of those things together to solve problems. That's essentially what it is. That's why there are people like, see, some people will knock their head on the ground till tomorrow, and nothing is going to change. That's people like pastors. There are some pastors that they are very rich, and some people are angry. That why are they so rich? Why are pastors so rich? But no, I know some of these people, and I can tell you for a fact that many of them, they don't take 1 naira from the church. They don't take 1 naira. Some of them don't even take salary. I know one. Okay, Bishop Oyedepo, for example, his own book. If he wants to give his book as a gift to somebody, he will buy the book and then give it as a gift. It's like they don't even use now. But the point is, they are solving major problems. There are people that they don't have hope again. Like someone like Peter J. Daniels. Peter J. Daniels. If you read the story of Peter J. Daniels, he's an Australian billionaire, very, very stupendously wealthy man. Now, this man, he was a bricklayer. He did not have any education. He went to school. They said he could not do well. So, it looked like all hope was lost for him. Then he went to a crusade by Billy Graham, and that was where his life changed. Now, do you think that kind of man, what can you tell him? I'm sure he have a commitment, for example, that he's giving to Billy Graham Ministries, even though the man is gone now. So that is the point. So those people, they are solving major problems that you cannot even define some of the problems they are solving. Now, look at a church like Redeemed, for example. Do you know what they are doing in terms of social interventions, in terms of a lot of things? But because they don't make noise about those things, people just say all sort of rubbish. But what I'm saying is this, in summary, that now somebody may be doing something that you don't agree with. Somebody may be doing something that you feel like, for example, now, I wonder, like, how will people go for entertainment show? Somebody just wants to do a comedy show, and they say a table is 1 million naira, and people are paying for it. And me, I want to offer my own service for 400,000 or 600,000, and they are saying it's expensive. Now, there was a time I used to think like that. Now, I am still not an entertainment person. I don't appreciate all those kind of things. But the fact that people will pay 1 million naira for a table to go and laugh, it shows that that person is solving a problem. Do we agree? Or you don't agree with that? You can type in the chat or you can unmute. Okay, you agree? Okay, let me see what's in the chat. Okay, I agree. That is it. So you may not like what somebody is doing, but if it is making money, then it's because it's solving a problem. But it is not all of us that can, become comedians, and then we are packing the hall and people are paying 1 million for our tables, for a table in our event. It's not all of us that can do, many of these other things. But there are some things that everybody can do. And that is what I have been advocating. That's what I've been shouting about. That even if you don't have the skill, if you understand how it works, you can get people that have the skill, manage the process, solve problems for people, and make money. Amanda is saying that the network is kind of poor. Is it at her end, or is it for everyone? Can you hear me well? Can anybody hear me well? Please respond so that we'll know. Oh, okay, thank you. I can see in the chat, you can hear me well. So Amanda, please check your network. Maybe you need to switch to another network or change location or change position. Okay, so now there is one skill, one simple skill. And thank God that there are some of us online here that I know we understand what I'm talking about because we have been doing it, okay, for some time. Now, there's one simple skill. There are a lot of skills you can learn, and that's one other mistake that people make. You want to learn everything. There's this new course now, you want to take it. There's another course, you want to take that. Focus on one thing first. I was like that before too, but I'm no longer like that, okay? So focus on one thing first, then use that one thing to now get every other thing that you need. For example, I was giving someone an example yesterday. Thank you for the comments. I can see that you can hear me well. I can read the comments. Thank you. Now, I was giving an example to someone. Let's say that you are saying, oh, I want to charge my phone. That is one thing you want to do. Oh, this weather is hot. I want to put on the fan. Or I want to put on the air conditioner. That's another thing you want to do. Oh, I want to work on my laptop and the battery is low. I need to plug my laptop. Now, those are three different things you want to do. Then maybe you want to take tea, or and you want to boil water with your electric kettle. That's another thing entirely. You want to do like 4 or 5 different things, but everything boils down to the fact that you need electricity. Once you have electricity supply, you have good electricity supply, you can take care of all of those things. So it's not about running after all of those one things. It's about running after one thing instead of running after many things, and then you run after one thing that will eventually now open you up, give you access to the many things that you are looking for. That's why Jesus Christ says that seek ye first the kingdom of God, and all these things shall be added to you. But like I say that a lot because people need to know it. But the problem is that we have approached it with the mindset of religion, and that is religion that is killing a lot of potentials, a lot of possibilities. When Jesus was saying, "Seek ye first the kingdom of God, and all of these things shall be," he was not talking about the religious things that we talk about. The point is that whatever you are looking for in this life, there are different dimensions to it, but one point is that whatever you're looking for in this life, there's one thing that you have been called to do. If you focus on that one thing that you have been called to do, that one thing that you've been assigned to do, every other thing will happen for you. That is one side to it. Another side to it is that no matter what you are looking for in this life, no matter what your goals are and all of that, there's one thing that you can do. If you have plenty of things, for example, that, oh, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to achieve this, I want to achieve that. Okay, I want to buy a house, for example. I want to get married. Okay, I want to put my child in the best school. I want to travel abroad. Now, you want to do a lot of things, but there is one thing that if you do that one thing, it is going to get you every other thing. For example, all of these things that I mentioned now, if tomorrow now, maybe 2023, if I am appointed as the, maybe one special advisor to something for the, to the president, special advisor or something, do you know that all of those things that I just listed, now let's say, of course, I am already married, my child is in a good school, all of this, but I'm saying that, let's say that all of those things that I'm talking about, now let's say I now have a role, maybe in a job, maybe I have a job, or I have a, an opportunity where all of those things are now fringe benefits, then I won't need to think about all of those things again. So the goal now is that, okay, what is that one thing that I can do that will create all of these other things for me? Do we understand? Does that make sense to anybody? Hello? Please type in the chat, or you can unmute and speak. Does that make sense to you, or have I lost anybody? Are you confused? Does it make sense? Just respond. Okay, thank you, Oluwaferomi. You said yes, it makes sense. Okay. Any other comments or feedback from any other person? It's like there is a lot of noise in the background again. So I'll have to mute everyone again. Okay. Thank you for the comments. Okay, yes. Okay, so now the point is that you look for that one thing, and from experience, not just my own experience, but the experience of a lot of other people, one skill that anybody can learn. At first, it will look like it's technical, but when you go into it, you find that it's not technical, it's very easy. It used to be very technical, but there are a lot of tools now that have made it easy. And that one skill is website development. And I'm going to show you. It's not because I like web to build websites or anything. No, it's because I found that website development allows you to solve a lot of problems and to also create a lot of revenue streams. For example, so where is the money? How do you make money from website development? You can build websites for people, website development service. You can build different kinds of websites. Some of the kind of websites you can build a learning management website for people that want to do online courses for schools. You can build a membership site. You can build a donation platform for nonprofits and for crowdfunding. You can also offer website management services. After you have built websites for people, they start paying you every month, okay, to manage the site for them. Now, let me show you some examples so that you see what we are saying. So with just one skill, what we are saying is that you have to be able to solve problems. And now we have identified one skill that allows you to solve different kinds of problems. So you can make money in a lot of ways. So that's the idea. Now, let me look for some examples to show you. Just give me a minute. Okay, I'll just show you a few examples and then we close. Okay, now look at this, for example. This is a donation website. You go to this website, you can pick, and then it's for a crowdfunding project, and it's the same website development skill. Now they are trying to raise money for a project and all of that. And that is a problem. So you have created a solution for it. Now this is a learning management site. It's an online school where you can go there, register for a course. All of the courses there used to be paid, but now we made it free so that everybody can learn. If you find any course that is paid, like this one now is paid 64,500 right now. Once you click on it and you check the instructions, you will see how you can get access for free if you don't have the money. But the point is that you can have a site like this where you package your skills, people sign up, they pay, and you make money. Or you can build this for organizations. They can use it for their orientation program, for new members. They can use it for client education. They can use it for a lot of things. But the point is that when you learn this one skill, it allows you to solve a wide range of problems. Look at this, for example, this is for a coaching program. You can have something like this for an organization, maybe a school that, okay, they're always selling forms. Instead of selling paper forms, for students to register, you can build an online form for them. It is still the same website development skill. This same skill for this one, you can use it for a lot of things. For example, in the company, we use it for our performance. It's part of our performance management process. Okay, now if you go to this link, for example, and there is something I want to show you here now. One of the things we do, one of the aspects of our performance management system is our weekly report. Every week, team members submit a report. So this is what I did this week, and all of that. Now, there is a link for that. Okay, so you just go there. You can do things like that for organizations. You are helping them to improve their process. Now, but what can you see on the screen here now? I've gone to the link, but I say you must log in to view this resource. So that is what we call a membership site. So it is only members. So if you're not a member of our team, for example, you cannot access this. So that is something you can also do for organizations. There are some membership sites you can create for different purposes. And you can even create your own membership site for your own purpose. And you say, oh, you have to pay this amount before you can join. Now, if I log into this now, if I log into the website now and I refresh that page, then you are going to be able to access that form. So what I'm just saying is that the potentials are vast. You see, this is where I can log in now. Once I log in now and I refresh, okay, I'm going to be able to access that. Now, so I've just seen that there are lots of solutions you can create. Just last week, I think it was this Saturday? Yes, Saturday. Somebody who have logged in now, let me refresh. Now, somebody was still discussing a project with me, and no, this is not difficult. We can make it happen. And we're going to make it happen. And we pay well. We pay well for it. So this is it now. You see, you can now access it now. You see, so because it is a membership site, until you sign in, you can't access what is there. So, but it is still one skill that we're using to do all of these things. And these are just a few examples. There are a lot of ways, okay, that you can use this one skill to build a lot of solutions. And when you are able to solve people's problems, they will happily pay you for it. They don't care how you solve the problem. They just want the problem to be solved, and they are going to pay you. So what are you going to do? There are various ways that you can take action right now. The first thing I would encourage you to do is to join Business Mastery Club so that you can ask any questions you have. That's our community where we interact from time to time. We share relevant opportunities. The link is on the screen. Then you can take our free website development training. At least you are going to learn the basics, and you'll be able to build a basic complete website. Just follow the instructions step by step. We used to have this training on our online school, but many people say we want to download this, and so we put it free on YouTube. You can download it so that you don't need to be using your data, because people try to conserve the data all the time. You can download it to your laptop and then watch it step by step and implement. You will build your first website, and then you can now start improving from there. Then you can sign up for our enterprise development program. We accept people twice a year, February and August. So the August cohort is on right now. Then we're going to accept people again in February, but it's on a first come first serve basis. So everybody can apply. You can apply at any time. Just apply at any time. Then when it is the next time that we're admitting people, we'll let you know. But sometimes we also have supplementary admission. If for various reasons, and we see that okay, maybe you are really ready and all of that, you can still come in. So that is another option. Then we have you can book a discovery call. There are two options. Now for the enterprise development program, the way it works is like an apprenticeship program. You come on board, you see everything that we do, you work on real life projects, you are part of the process, and you learn for free, okay, while you are also contributing. But if you don't want to contribute, maybe you're already very busy, or you just want to do your own thing, then you can sign up for the paid coaching program, and that starts with a discovery call. You can book a consulting session on the link that you find on the screen, and the amount you pay for that will be like your first installment for the coaching program. Right now, the coaching program starts from, depending on the details, when we have the consultation, we discuss exactly what you want to achieve, but it starts from 150,000 per month. But if you are doing annual, that is 1.5 million naira a year. So you get 2 months free if you are paying annual upfront. Okay, but if you don't want to do that, you just want to get it for free, the enterprise development program is also there, and you get everything also for free. The only difference is that for enterprise development program, it works like an apprenticeship program. So you have to contribute, you have to be part of what we're doing. But honestly, it's actually a great way to learn. Now, but for those that are going to get the coaching program also, they also have the opportunity. You're on our platforms, you see everything we do. The only difference is that you don't need to contribute everything, just be using everything for yourself. So there are a lot of options. Then there's virtual business school, which I just showed you, where you can go and also learn at your pace. So from all of these things that we have said, you can at least get started. There is something you can do right now to get started, and then you can now start building on that. And I hope you take action. This is how I also started. And now I don't even do website development again, except occasionally when I just, other people do it, So you can start and then you can grow from there. But this is something that I have proven over and over again that anybody can do. And you don't even have to be the one doing it. Once you understand the process, you can manage the process, and you let people that really want to do it, they're excited about it, you let them do it, and then you manage the business side of things, and you continue to make your money. So we're going to stop here. Please complete the feedback form. The link is on the screen, training.apcl.com.ng/feedback. Thank you very much. So if you have any questions, we'll take those questions on the discussion platform for the program. So feel free. I'm going to be there for the next 30 minutes. So just go there and let us conclude. If you happen to be watching this later, just complete the feedback form and ask any questions you have, and we're going to get back to you. Thank you very much. And bye for now. Thank you for posting the links in the chat, Okiki. Bye.